The next part of the fund detail page is about its breakdowns, top 10 holdings, and additional information. For breakdowns, we show you the breakdowns by asset class and by country. And here we use the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF as example. The ticker is VUSA. Scroll down to the breakdown section, you'll see the breakdown by asset class first. And what does asset class mean? It simply means is it investing in equities, fixed income, other asset classes such as commodities and currencies, or cash. And since this is an ETF that tracks the underlying S&P 500 index as its benchmark, not surprisingly, the vast majority of the fund is invested in equities. And as for countries, it's predominantly invested in the US. You can tap on any of the circles to see the exact percentage numbers. Also, you can go into the information icon here to read its detailed descriptions. The breakdown section is quite useful when it comes to knowing about diversifications and where exactly your investments go into. A lot of times you invest in an ETF, but without knowing exactly where does this ETF invest its money at. And quite often you'll be surprised that some of the ETFs you have is more diversified or less diversified than you expected. So this information here in this section is then quite handy and useful because it just helps you understand the diversification of your investments better. And on the same topic of diversification, you can also look at the top holdings that the fund invests in. And here we use the top 10 holdings to show you that bit of information. So for this Vanguard ETF, you can see its top holdings by different stocks so that you know immediately if any of these stocks you like or dislike. And if it happens that some of the stocks you dislike are invested by this fund, you can quickly say, hold on, I might choose something else. And here, since this is S&P 500 ETF, you will see a lot of the household names in this ETF, such as Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. And lastly, you have this additional information section. When it comes to funds, there's quite a number of important information you need to know, such as the fund mandate, the size, how long the fund has been around, who manages the fund. You will see here many of these important and basic information about the funds. And for this Vanguard ETF, it invests predominantly in equities as its asset class. Its geographical focus is in the US. Its benchmark is S&P 500. And also you will see the size, the countries you can buy this fund in, and lastly the very important information about the dividends, such as its ex-dividend date and the frequency it pays out dividends. So now go into any of the funds you're investing in and you may uncover some unexpected information with our breakdowns, top 10 holdings, and additional information features.